Is this about the UK minister defending the U-turn over removing harmful online content?
Absolutely, but there's a particular element to this bill that we haven't been fond of on this show, and that's the bit they're removing, I think, the legal but harmful.
Yes. Yeah. So they want to remove offensive content that does not constitute a criminal offence. So it comes under this banner of harmful but legal, because they don't want to include this because they fear that it will impose on free speech. And, I mean, the bill is really good because it's better than having nothing. The bill is really good. You've got, they're criminalising the encouragement of...
I'd rather have nothing.
You'd rather have nothing?
I'd rather have nothing,
yeah. But this is the bit that I thought, this is going to trigger Leo. Like, the legal but harmful is stuff like where they glorify eating disorders, because you think about how much of that is online, where you have the incredibly overweight and the incredibly underweight both doing their own thing, where they're going, just eat what you want, everybody is beautiful, but...
Well, the front cover of Cosmopolitan glorifies, if that's your definition of it, you know, is it healthy at any weight?
I mean, this is the problem with the bill. How do you define legal but harmful? And, you know, it's harmful online content. If they're going to say anything that glorifies eating disorders, like you say, you know, somebody who's overweight, you know, that's technically harmful because it's increased hypertension, diabetes, whatever. So are they doing it? What about somebody who has extreme sports, you know, paragliding or rock climbing? That's harmful. Is that encouraging online harm? It's nonsense. I mean, the only way a website can really harm you is if it ejects the CD drive into your eye. So, you know, you can't be harmed by looking at this stuff. I understand.
The Culture Secretary, Michelle Donnellan, she has defended this change, saying that the part of the impetus for it was this poor woman, girl, Molly Russell, who was influenced by things she saw on Pinterest and so on, and ended up taking her life. And there is a suggestion that young people can be exposed to very, you know...
Yeah, so keep your children off the internet. Yeah, keep your children off the internet. Then they're not going to be seeing all this degeneracy on TikTok. Yeah. You know, they're not going to be exposed to all this, you know, grooming and stuff. And but this bill itself would have put an onus on companies. It would have made put the responsibility on companies to remove harmful content, also monitor private messages. So this would have been a huge leap forward. It would have been a Chinese-style sort
of the
scrutiny.
Companies to do it, not the government.
Yeah. So
but that's the thing. Like, you see, some of this can't be enforced, but they're trying to make it enforceable. Like, one of the parts of it is that they're trying to enforce that companies will be fined something like 10 or 20% if they knowingly are advertising to 10-year-olds when their website is for 13 and above. But it's a bit like, it's like a pub that is in everybody's room. Like, when there's one pub, you can check, but...
It was always the way with tobacco, wasn't it? I mean, in the bad old days of tobacco, the cigarette companies knew perfectly well that the time to get kids hooked is when they're about 12. You know, and they got the product to them one way or another, even though it was illegal. And I mean, and that was when you had a physical product to deal with instead of just stuff that's gushing out through the open portal of your smartphone. Yeah. But they do claim that this law will still penalise anyone who is promoting material which is intended to encourage you to take your life, because that is actually illegal, harmful and illegal.
Yeah, but that's incitement to violence, so that comes under existing laws.
That's true. Wednesdays,